Hello and welcome to my channel. My name is Rose Writes and I write and narrate Miraculous Ladybug fanfiction. I wanted to let you guys know that soon I will be changing my profile picture to this with my name written out. Just know that that is still me. Also, I wanted to give credit to the amazing artist who made this thumbnail. Their name is listed on the picture, but I couldn't find them on social media. If you look for them and you find them, please let me know so I can link them in the description box below. Without further ado, I hope you enjoy Coffee and Jazz. Screams and cheers cascaded around the walls of the Accor Hotel arena. 17,000 fans gathered to hear the illustrious superstar Jagged Stone perform in concert. Blue and purple lights streamed through the air in unpredictable motions. Thousands of sweaty bodies moved to the chaotic rock tune. All the patrons were on their feet, except for one, Chloe Bourgeois. "Come on, Chloe, dance with me!" Zoe grabbed her sassy half-sister by the hand, attempting to hoist her to her feet, but Chloe dug her heels into the ground in refusal. Zoe bobbed her blonde head to the beat of the music, hair bouncing wildly, showing off the new purple streaks she added to mimic Jagged's hair. "Don't be ridiculous, Zoe. You can't seriously enjoy this sad excuse for music." She crossed her arms, still sitting stubbornly. The girls had to raise their voices to be heard over the raucous chords of guitars and drumming. Zoe stopped dancing with a slight pout on her lips. "Of course I do! Jagged Stone is my favorite singer. Like, ever. Whatever. Why am I here again?" Chloe rolled her eyes. The song ended, and Zoe joined the crowd in chanting for Jagged Stone to perform an encore. As the next song began, Zoe said, "Because you're the best half-sister in the world, and I didn't want to go alone. And there might be cute boys here." She laughed and went back to enjoying the song. Chloe huffed, staying stationary. The final song came to a close. Zoe trotted over to Chloe, who was stalking Adrian on Instagram. "Finally," Chloe said, "are we done here? Let's go home." She got up to leave, but Zoe didn't move as she glanced back to the stage. You go ahead. I'm going to try to find someone." During the concert, she noticed a striking boy playing an electric guitar on stage left. He was alluring. Even from the stage, Zoe loved his style. He had dark hair, complete with teal tips, and crystal blue eyes that pierced their way from the stage right into her heart. If she was lucky, maybe she could find him. She was striding against the crowd. The mob moved at a quick pace to exit the stadium as she walked in the opposite direction, attempting not to find herself trampled. "Excuse me! Oh, sorry! Oh, excuse me! Coming through!" A series of apologies passed her lips as she bumped into several people on her way. A man, probably triple her weight, collided with her, knocking Zoe to the ground. She lost her baby blue hat that was being flattened beneath several pairs of feet stomping past. She sighed in frustration as she fell to the ground for her lost hat, having no luck. A voice called a few feet away, "Hey, miss, excuse me." She looked up. The boy to who the voice belonged was kneeling in front of her, holding something blue that was almost unrecognizable. "Is this yours?" He offered Zoe a hand, ushering her away from the mob. "Oh, yes. Thank you." She inspected it and frowned. "Oh no. Chloe is going to kill me. My sister. Well, half-sister. I borrowed this from her. It used to be a hat." Zoe shuddered at the thought of what Chloe would do when she found out. "That's a shame. The handsome boy hesitated, waiting for her name. "Oh, pardon me." She bowed slightly. "Zoe Lee, nice to meet you. I'm a little flustered and, wow, you're, the really cute guitarist in the band." She blushed, realizing what she said. "Great going, Zoe. He's definitely going to be scared off now," she thought, humiliated. Contrary to her thoughts, he chuckled and offered her his hand. "The name's Luca." He kissed her hand. She noticed several rings dressing his slender fingers with nails that were painted black. She didn't know this guy, and he drove her wild. "So, you want to get out of here?" Luca asked, still lightly gripping her hand. And go where?" She hesitated. Was this some kind of movie? Meeting a stranger, going on an adventure? Where she lived in New York? No one noticed her. She had no friends, but here was this incredibly attractive guy. Usually she would never do anything like this. So impulsive. But a new city meant a new Zoe. He smirked at her. "It doesn't matter to me. Come on." Still holding her hand, he pulled her toward the exit of the arena. "So, do you know where we're going?" As they strolled down the street, they approached a black bike matching the leather jacket the boy donned. He handed her a helmet. "I don't know yet," he said, smiling, and patted the seat behind him. She shrugged, slipping on her helmet, and rode around with this near stranger. They rode around aimlessly for a while before Luca settled on a late-night jazz coffee house. "I hope you like coffee and jazz," Luca said as he helped the pretty blonde girl off his bike. "Are you kidding me? In New York, I thrived on coffee and jazz. Let's go!" Zoe couldn't contain her excitement as she pulled Luca into the coffee shop. They stayed and talked for hours, indulging in assorted coffees and lattes. "So," Luca inquired, "what brings you to Paris?" Zoe had wanted to stray from bringing up her sister. She looked mildly uncomfortable, but answered, "I'm here visiting my family." Luca took a long sip from his cup, leaning back into the couch. "Oh yeah? Anyone I know?" "Probably. The bourgeois." She winced. This side of her family was a bit of a sore spot for Zoe. "Ah, so you're Chloe's sister. Or a half-sister, was it?" Zoe found it hard to decipher his tone. Did he like Chloe? Did he hate her like pretty much everyone else? Yeah, I am." Zoe had nothing more to say. "Oh, that's cool. Yeah, my sister goes to school with Chloe." He appeared unfazed. It was a nice change of pace. "Cool." She smiled shyly. She liked him even more. He was so interesting. Zoe had found out he was not only a guitarist for Jagged Stone, but Luca was his son. The jazz band song ended with a flourish of trumpets playing, accompanied by a pianist. A round of snaps bounced around the coffee house. Luca got up, guitar in hand, and moved to the small lit stage. Alone, he began playing a 12-bar blues pattern. The band quickly joined, improvising a tune that sounded perfectly polished. Zoe swayed back and forth to the tune when Luca made a head motion that said to come join him. Luca's date didn't play any instruments, but she did sing. However, not in front of others. Chloe had always made fun of her voice, so she chose not to perform anymore. But Zoe sauntered to the stage anyway, standing like a deer in headlights in front of the mic. She opened her mouth, unsure of what would come out of it, and she began to scat. Her voice was somehow smooth and edgy at the same time. The kind of voice that sounded like it could fit a plethora of genres, from rock to this improvised jazz melody. Luca's eyes lit up as his hands moved gracefully up and down the neck of the guitar. He joined Zoe at the mic, singing in perfect harmony. The song came to a natural conclusion, and another wave of snaps hit Zoe's ears. Some coffee drinkers even gave a standing ovation. "You were amazing, Zoe," Luca said as he led her back to the couch. "Me? What about you? That song sounded like you guys had been rehearsing for weeks." He blushed at her sincere compliment. She was extraordinary. The band continued playing in the background as the two had more coffee and conversation. Between songs, Zoe yawned loudly. Her hands shot up to her face to hide her blushing as the entire parlor stared at her. Luca's laugh was as musical as his playing. "Let's get you home, huh?" Getting on his bike was such a rush. She pressed herself closer to his back, feeling his warmth. She smiled, nuzzling further into him, not even noticing the chill in the air. "Here we are. Le Grand Paris Hotel," Luca said grandly, followed by a chuckle. "Thank you, Luca. I had a lot of fun tonight." She gave a small wave and turned to leave. She was caught off guard when Luca reached out for her wrist. "Wait, Zoe, may I?" He smiled as he ran a hand through her hair, being sure his rings didn't get stuck. She hummed in agreement, and he pulled her into the most romantic kiss she'd ever experienced. She knew she had to see him again. Just as that thought entered her mind, he broke the kiss, still caressing her face. "Could I ask you out again sometime?" "I'd be offended if you didn't," she joked. "How about tomorrow? 7 o'clock? I'll be here." With one final kiss and a wave goodbye, the motorcycle roared to life, zooming down the cobblestone street. Thank you so much for listening. I know this isn't canon, but I would love for Luca and Zoe to get together. Drop a comment below telling me your favorite non-canon ship. If you enjoyed this, don't forget to like and subscribe for more fanfiction. As always, stay miraculous!